Chris Bond.
Oh, you're kidding me. September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know, it's not right.
Anybody else?
Leash, was it?
Like, that is one of the most stupid questions.
Darius Vassell?
Seriously, you all need to just stay quiet. This is getting really annoying doing this quiz.
What is going on here?
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It's the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it's the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of team off the ball up against each other in a no-holds-barred quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. Allow me to welcome today's contestants. Our first contestant is back for revenge after getting screwed over on a question surrounding Irish goalkeepers last week. I always take full responsibility for my errors, but I would like to blame Wikipedia for not listing Kieran O'Hara's 2 caps in their page about Republic of Ireland footballers. Give it up for the king of the Midlands, Will Walk-and-Roll O'Callaghan.
I wouldn't mind Owen, right? But I believe Nathan Murphy is now not part of this quiz today.
No, he's not.
He bottled it.
After he got away with getting 4 points incorrectly last week, because one of our YouTube commenters also pointed out that you had the amount of trophies won by Phil Jones incorrect, which should have meant that 3 points would have went to me as opposed to Nathan. So effectively 4 points were stolen last week.
That is,
and I lost by 3.
2 points of information on that. First of all, I always say at the end of the Fun Free Magic number round, numbers plucked from Wikipedia. So
sometimes you forget to say it because you got a bit complacent. You know, the old host would never forget to say according to Wikipedia.
Actually, yeah. Well, I'm just terrible. But
quality.
It is just quality rather than complacency. But I do always state, or I should state, it's always written on the paper that numbers are plucked from Wikipedia. And Phil Jones, his League Cup medal, which, you know, he wasn't in the match day squad, I checked that. He wasn't in the match day squad for. It's not listed there. So there might actually be some dispute. I might actually be right. But I don't want to dig myself a hole here, Will. I apologise. I apologise on behalf of Wikipedia. They were wrong last week. So listen, take your issue up with them. Don't donate to Wikipedia if you want, Will, when they ask you to.
I mean, come on, it's worth €2 at least. Come on.
We've
been leeching off it for years.
We really have. Our next contestant today got COVID today. He got his booster over Christmas, and he is a megazord of safety right now. He's been spending the last week doing the most inherently risky things he could possibly do, which is, of course, jumping on his trampoline. Give it up for Ger Gilroy.
Hey, I got the COVID. I got the remedy.
Nice. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great to be super boosted.
I mean,
a Gigantosaurus of immunity.
I think it's Gigantosaurus. I think it's the first time since March 2020 that we've had more than one quiz contestant in studio as well. So,
right, so we're living dangerously here.
It really is the Gigantosaurus of safety.
And the first people to get Omicron twice were Owen and Ger.
Our last
you haven't had it, have you?
No.
Okay. Well, you're going to get it now.
Our last contestant today is known as John Joe Shelby among his friends, and you don't need me to tell you why. Let's just say his long-range shooting and five-a-side happens to be pretty good. Give it up for Phil the Power Egan.
May not be that good, by the way.
No?
Nah. To be honest, it's rare I would take a shot from distance.
You're a midfield stroller, that's what I have in my head.
No. Solid right back who likes...
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're Philip Lamb, no?
No, enjoy defending.
Right.
Kenny Cunningham would
Paul
appreciate...
McGrath.
Yeah, he'd appreciate it. Get a nosebleed, go over the halfway line.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can't really be a right back at five-a-side, can you?
No. Do you know what ends up happening? Everyone streams forward and I'm just left there at the back going...
Just holding the position down here.
Exactly. And then everyone's so wrecked by the end of say halfway through five-a-side, I end up in a role up front, but again, not my most comfortable position.
Quizmaster, when's the last time you played five-a-side?
Last summer.
Oh, really?
And I was sore for, I'd say, 10 days. Genuinely, Astro is very, very sore.
Yeah. Which one was it? The little black bits that kind of make it softer, or was it like an old-style hockey pitch?
The black bits that make it softer.
Yeah, which end up in your socks for weeks after.
I think it was anyway. But God, it was unbelievably agonising. I couldn't get over how sore I was for days afterwards, so I haven't come back since. I also played left back and just hid from everyone.
Good early. English, impossible.
I can do English good. Okay, so the format of the Classic Crappy Quiz is the same as ever. Series of questions on a range of different themes, and then it's onto the rapid fire round. You can podcast us on OTBSports.com or on the OTB Sports app, and please send any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. Before we start, a quick comment to be read out from a Twitter user called John in Donegal, who replied to a tweet about last week's quiz saying, "Please take this rubbish off the airwaves. So much of what OTB do is very good or excellent. Then there's this. I have to switch channel every time and I otherwise enjoy
Wise
OTB so
decision.
much. You can do this all you like in private."
We
he
should come
says.
to his house and do a crappy quiz in his garden.
That would be a good
Rewards.
idea. John in Donegal, we would love to come up and do an OB from your garden.
The postmasters are amazing all around the country. So if we just were to like send a message to him and follow the post owner would go, "Oh, that's that guy." We know he's a complainer. He's always like, "Oh, you delivered all my parcels, but this one, it fell too far on the floor and I had to bend it." That's the guy.
Yeah,
That's
is
the one we want.
I
I love all this free stuff you give me, except this extra bit over here, which I don't like. Stop it.
John in Donegal, we're coming to you. We're coming to meet you. Round 1 is the boring questions round, never multiple choice. Will, you're first up. As all fans of real sport know, January means one thing and one thing only: WWE's Royal Rumble. Who has won Royal Rumble the most times?
Steve Austin.
Correct.
Here.
What?
He's a mad
That's a
wrestling
difficult
fan. He had a wrestling podcast.
I know, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he knows everything about wrestling.
Well, I mean, it seems like he does.
Well, I can't really disagree with you. Jer, question 1 for you. Despite having a Week 18, Cooper Kupp couldn't break the record last week for the most receiving yards in a single NFL season. So, who still holds the record?
It's a 50-50. It's either Megatron or Jerry Rice. And I'm going to go with Megatron.
Correct. Calvin Johnson has the most receiving yards in an NFL season. Massive NFL fan, Jerry Gilroy, of course, getting a question about NFL. Massive football fan, Phil Egan, question 1 for you. Which club has lost more English League Cup finals than any other?
Ooh.
That is Will's dog.
That is Will's dog trying to knock over both my microphone and the light.
What is your dog's name?
His name is Hank.
Hank, can we get an introduction to Hank on the Crappy Quiz? Because
Hank O'Callaghan.
Bailey was the dog of 2021. Hank is really chasing after the limelight this year.
Yeah, come on, Hank.
Yeah.
What was...
I'll get my
Give me
what's
some
it
more
called?
time to think about this
it
one.
was Maguire first. And
Yeah,
then
Bailey.
No, in between the cockapoodle, did
Buster.
Keith Andrews.
Yeah,
Keith
Buster.
Andrews. Oh,
Yeah.
Buster, yeah.
Like, there's definitely a podcast in this.
Oh, it's
Ah,
a new
look at Hank.
dog.
Oh, you blurred his face
blurred
out.
his face, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just-
protecting the innocent.
GDPR and all that, probably.
If you see this
he's-
dog in the street, you won't be able to recognise him.
Yeah, he's only 4 months old, so if anyone sees me walking him, that's what he looks like in blurred format. But that's Hank.
Can you put him in front of your face? See if we can get like Hank's face.
Yeah, should be able to. Yeah. Hold on.
Come on, technology. Don't let us down
There you
now.
go, Hank.
Oh, just in front of your face.
Yeah,
So
you
that we
have to hide
can't see your
behind
face.
him.
There we go.
Hey.
Love it.
Hank, you don't know who's lost most League Cup finals, do you?
Come on, Hank.
What type of dog is it?
He's a French bulldog.
And how big will he get?
I think he probably gets maybe half a foot bigger than he is right now.
right,
when
so
I
small.
initially,
Right.
yeah, when I initially got him, you could hold him in one hand. So he's grown quite a bit in the couple of months I've had him.
Kind of feel like it's a tribute to Davy Boy Smith that Will is doing here.
Well, the problem is now he won't want to get back down now that he's up here. So I got him into a
you
really
can-
good habit of not being in my arms when I was on air. But hey,
Listen, he can help you out all you like.
He looks pretty
we
comfortable.
like the added Hank.
Okay.
What have you got here?
So, most League Cup final defeats. Okay, it's gonna think of a team that gets there a lot. I'll go with. I've got 2 in my head, and I'm going to say Arsenal.
Correct. They've lost 6 League Cup finals, the
Liverpool
most
second?
of any other. Tottenham second with 5. Round 2 is the Club GA round. The rules in this round are simple. I'm going to give you the name of a Gaelic Games player. All you got to do is tell me the club they play for. Will, which club does Darren McCurry play for?
The presenter of the AIB Club Championship show on,
It's true.
Yeah.
on OTB Sports channels.
I may have softened towards Will after what happened last week.
All right. So
does
you're
he play
fixing
for
it.
Drumore?
No, he doesn't play for Drumore.
Eden Dork?
Eden Dork is correct.
Oh, God damn it. I just followed him on Twitter this week. Can I not get that one?
Sure. What Clare club does Shane O'Donnell play for?
Oh, you're joking me.
We were talking about him on the show this week.
We weren't talking about his club, though.
We weren't. We were talking about his age, and he's only 27.
I'm just going to have to go with one of the famous Clare clubs. Clare Castle.
It's not. It's Arrow Oak. Phil, what club does Vicky Wall play for?
Dunboyne.
Oh, correct. Usually when someone gets a question correct, I just wait for people to start complaining, but that didn't happen that time. So well done, Ger and Will.
I was expecting the same as well.
Round 3 is the sports documentaries round. Given every sport in the world is getting the Netflix treatment in 2022, this round will test your knowledge on how well you know your hoop dreams from your When We Were Kingses. Will, question 3 for you. Which driver was the main focus of the first ever episode of Formula 1 Drive to Survive?
Oh. Was it Ricciardo?
It was. Daniel Ricciardo was got the Drive to Survive treatment first. Correct. Ger.
Did he not say like Ricky Ardo, and that's like a completely different human being from Daniel Ricciardo? He's one of the Temple No Ardos.
Ricky Ardos, yeah. Or was one of the Ardos, yeah.
It was a slight Tommy dressage moment, but hey, there we go.
Dressage. Question 3 for you, Ger.
Who said dressage?
Tommy. And Adrian forgot who Valtteri Bottas was and called him Balteri a couple of weeks ago as well. So there were 2 top class moments.
If only we were smart enough to keep an offcuts, we'd actually have a funny slot.
We should do. And Johnny Ward last week said on air, "I'm slowly losing the will to live here," which is a good tagline for the crappy quiz, I think it's fair to say. Ger, question 3 for you. Can you name the only ESPN 30 for 30 that has won an Oscar for Best Documentary Feature?
OJ.
Correct. What's the full name of the documentary?
I just got the beep, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. OJ Made in America, correct. We're 2-2. Phil, to go one ahead. "Oh, do I not like that," is the eternal phrase uttered by Graham Taylor in The Impossible Job when England were playing who?
This was on recently, and I haven't seen it since it originally aired. Right, okay.
Did you watch it again?
I didn't. It's recorded. I haven't watched it. Oh, do I not like that? I'm thinking it's the Dutch game. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Netherlands.
It's not.
Poland?
Poland is correct, yeah.
It was our group, remember? Wasn't it?
That's right.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
No, sorry, it was a qualifying match.
Yeah, it was. Were we not in the same group?
We were in the same group for Euro 92. I'm thinking of the 94 World Cup qualifiers where they didn't qualify.
So that's when he gets sacked. Who's the manager in 92? Is he the manager in 92?
He was, yeah.
And he gets the Euros.
He gets the World Cup qualifiers as well. Yeah, remember they got knocked out. He took off Gary Lineker, remember?
Yeah, when they were chasing them.
Yeah. But I was thinking of the World Cup qualifying campaign.
He had quite a long time as manager, in fairness. In retrospect, it feels like it was about 6 months and he got handed out. But actually, he had a full qualifying campaign, qualified for a tournament, and then didn't qualify for a tournament. Yeah. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I remember seeing Graham Taylor in Glenbeigh when the show did the show from Glenbeigh. I went as a punter after doing my leaving cert. That was a very, very good show. So congratulations to all involved. Round 4.
For the JP Gill run of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Round 4, we're 2-2, by the way. This is very exciting. Round 4 is a fun free magic number round. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. I'm going to state that we can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. I'm also going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of points scored for a goal in Australian rules, plus the number of professional wins clocked up by Shane Lowry during his career so far, plus the number of teams taking part in this year's Africa Cup of Nations, plus the number of British teams Mikel Arteta played for during his playing career. Your 30 seconds expire when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beats.
Sorry, what was the last one?
The last one is the number of British teams that Mikel Arteta played for during his playing days. Add that to the number of teams taking part in AFCON this year, the number of professional wins Shane Lowry has notched during his career, and the number of points you get for a goal in Aussie rules. So add them all up. What do you get?
Bubbles, bangles, bright shine. That's the second question.
Pens down. We will go with...
What's that face mean?
Will first.
I've gone with 29.
29, Ger.
43.
43, Phil.
38.
38. I can tell you, Phil gets 2 points, Will gets 1 point. Ger went bust, even though he came closest. The answer is 40. So let's go through these. It is 6 points you get for a goal in Australian rules. The number of professional wins clocked up by Shane Lowry during his career is 7. 5 in the European Tour, 2 on the PGA Tour.
I had 8 and then added 2 extra.
The number of British teams
AFCON.
AFCON is 24 teams, sorry. And then the number of British teams Arteta played for is 3.
Is it?
Everton, Arsenal and Rangers.
Did not play for City? No.
I don't think so. I will do. I mean, I'm obviously on high alert after last week's
It
calamity.
doesn't matter. I'm bust anyway. I had 41, but I added 2 more.
He did not play for Manchester City. Just
Felt bad about giving Larry grief for Saudi Arabia, so I gave him an extra 2 wins.
Phil, you're on 4 points. Will, you're on 3. Jerry, you're on 2 points. We move on to the final. Our winner tonight will be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the Chris Woods from the Chris Trees. It's no team in particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire round. Go on, Will.
Where's Past the Parcel gone?
I know.
Oh, come on. It was the
Everyone
best. I
loves
was
that
actually
round.
stuck in the car last week. I couldn't get out past the parcel. So good.
Oh, it's a driveway moment.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're definitely bringing it back at that. Well, not for John and Donegal. John and Donegal just gave me a moment, cause for rethink.
No,
I'm only
no,
joking.
no.
I was out
Branch
walking the
reform.
dog last week listening to it, and I was thinking no one's getting Nicky Colgan, and then Nathan got it. And then obviously
It was a very good round last week.
Yeah, the goalkeepers
I was going to buy some drawers for a kitchen.
It is. I'm just going to put it on ice for 1 week after.
It was
that.
freezing in the car, but I was like, oh, I have to listen to this now, see what happens.
There you go.
The clubs. I mean, I think you were very unfair on the Croaks thing. You kind of...
Yeah.
That was unfair. You gave it away.
I did.
You did. It was unfair on poor Johnny Ward, who needed a little bit of help.
He did need a bit of help.
But you also should have given Johnny Ward 2 points in theory, because he knew at that stage that he'd gone for Dr. Croaks. He still had Kilmacook Croaks in the back locker, and he didn't give that answer when it came back round to him.
Well, that was just plain stupidity.
There you go.
a lot of skeletons in the closet coming out here. We'll bring it back next week. Would you like to plug it out for a little while? Leave it rest. Put it on ice for a little while.
No, it's hot. It's hot right now.
Yeah.
I think even
Finlander.
John,
Be
I
back
think John
next
and Donegal even likes that round.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll bring it back next week, I promise. So, we're on to the rapid fire round here. We're going to go Phil first, then on to Will, and then on to Jer. If you get a question correct, I keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. Once you get one wrong, I deduct you a point, and we move on to the next person. So, Phil Egan,
What's the score?
4-3-2.
Oh, that's crap. Go on.
Phil, are you ready?
Yeah.
Your 40 seconds starts now. What county is Shane Long from?
Tipperary,
Correct. Who are reigning champions of the Heineken Champions Cup?
Exeter,
No, Toulouse. Alex Wotton plays his rugby for which province, Will?
Connacht.
Correct. Which NBA team plays their home games at the Barclays Centre?
Oh, the Brooklyn, whoever Brooklyn are.
Correct. Which of these teams is not at AFCON this year? Zimbabwe or South Africa?
South Africa?
Correct. Who lost last year's Super Bowl?
Don't
Too
know.
long.
Pass.
Chiefs. In what year did Scotland last play at a FIFA World Cup, Ger?
1990.
No, 1998. Name the Kildare senior football manager, Phil.
God, his name is gone from
Glenn
me.
Ryan.
Oh, come on. This is crap.
Who?
Brooklyn who? Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Beckham.
Come on.
If you had said to me just
The
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn Dodgers.
I would have accepted it. So
Yeah, Brooklyn.
that is, I'm accepting it. Wholeheartedly accepting it. Jer, you finish up on 1 point. Phil, you finish up on 3 points. And Will, you finish up on 1, 2, 3, 4,
GDPR
5
that.
points. Will O'Callaghan,
Good
you
work,
are the
Hank.
champ. Congratulations, Hank. Your daddy's a winner.
He won't get to say that too often, so I'm just really surprised he actually stayed quiet once he came up in my arms, because he was determined to try and pull the entire setup in front of the computer down midway through the quiz. But Hank very well behaved, so
Hank's a
happy
winner
to
too,
be,
in fairness.
a winner is he.
deserved.
The blurred silhouette of Hank is the.
You clearly were making it up to Will after last week, though. Like this
Seems
whole,
so.
this like,
No,
this
no,
is
no,
the
no,
problem
no,
with you millennials. Like you do a lot of makeup stuff. You're like, oh, break up makeup. It's too much. It's too much. You need to just be consistent and be reliable. This is why we have problems with you. You need to be consistent and reliable instead of flighty and flaky. That's all I'm saying.
Inconsistent, but good in those.
The makeups.
Yeah,
Oh, the
It's the
makeups.
start of Will walking around with Hank in his arm like he comes into work, into the office, because radio presenters have been known for doing that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I miss Keith Andrews' dog.
Oh, like Keith Andrews or
Keith Andrews, I remember one of my first experiences in radio was Twink coming in with one of
Oh
her
yeah.
dogs. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking more Paris Hilton in this case, but Twinkle do.
yeah. I mean, absolutely, they're the same person. Will, you can be the Twink or Paris Hilton of Team OTB. We would love to see Hank.
You need
in
a
this
big L
studio.
man bag for it, though.
Yeah, 100%. Bring Hank.
Now a GAA bag. Just the head popping
Hank's
out.
big day out in Dublin. We need to see him. Will, congratulations. That is this week's Crappy Quiz. We'll chat to you next week.